At 1.41 Libyan dinar, the Libyan currency is the strongest in Africa. On the other hand, and dancing within the 570 to 575 naira to the dollar range, the Nigerian naira is far from 10 of Africa's strongest currencies. Yet, you recall that at some point in our history, the naira was going from 1 naira to $2. So what happened? And then again, what makes a country's currency weak or strong? Well, this will be the focus on our episode today, along with our usual menu for you. I am Chris Taiwe, and this is Forex Matters. Do not go away. I'll be right back with you after this timeout. Welcome back. Without much ado, let's see some developments in the economy.
Euro slides as Austria's fourth national COVID-19 lockdown begins. Dollar edges higher, Fed minutes, Chairman choice in focus. The euro to the United States dollar price may decline further in case bears maintain their momentum. Euro crashes against sterling as BOE and ECB divergence widens. Germany's Bundesbank German inflation just below 6% this month. British pound outlook, euro and British pound sterling clinging on to multi-month support. The dollar remains solid as euro suffers on growing concerns about Europe's COVID situation. The British pound sterling versus the Australian dollar rooftop pattern in daily TF shorts are coming with momentum. Gold pressured by a stronger dollar and faster Fed taper bets. The naira gains at official market despite significant drop in forex liquidity. And the naira maintains stability at official market as forex turnover surged by over 300%.
Foreign exchange, hard currencies, dollar, pound sterling, euro, Dutch marks, French francs, and so on. It is all about forex. It is the denominator that lubricates the economy as well as your life. International trade is run by it. Our national economy is dependent on it. As a manufacturer, it is what you need to bring your materials from overseas. And as a parent, it is what you need to send your children to school abroad. And for critical medical treatment, Forex is what you need to get that hospital outside Nigeria. So you need to know how it's faring in the market, how and where you can get it through the banks and the BDCs. Forex Matters will bring to you information on developments in the Forex market and how the community is responding, just to make it good for you. Forex Matters, your monitor on Forex developments.
This is Forex Matters, and if you're just joining me, you're on time to see us discuss, issues concerning the factors that make a country's currency weak or strong. I will be having with me in the house later Professor Ndubuisi Ifeanyi-Wokoma, a lecturer, President of Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, APCON, Dr. Aminu Buadabe, Falashade Aliu, a consultant in the oil industry. And we have Semiya Ado, a lawyer and a sales executive. All of these people will be shedding light on, factors that make a country's currency weak or strong. But before we zoom in on the matter, here's a report to guide us.
Africa's economy, just like the rest of the world, has continued to lag behind due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. 33 in Africa, some currencies within the continent have grown weaker compared to the United States dollar or the pound. The poor living standards and a dwindling national economy have been the major contributing factors to the crippling currencies. According to the International Monetary Fund, accounting for 60% of the transactions worldwide, the United States currency has been a predominant currency in the globe. Here are the top 10 strongest African currencies compared to the United States dollar. Number 1. The Libyan dinar. The Libyan dinar has maintained its solid position for quite many years as the strongest currency as compared to the dollar. Despite the ongoing conflict after the toppling of the longtime ruler Muammar Gaddafi, the North African country has maintained a low turnover of its currency to the United States dollar. At the number 2 spot is the Tunisian dinar. Another North African country is on spot for taking up position 2. Despite the recent COVID-19 demonstrations and a struggling economy, Tunisia has shown quite some resistance to the United States dollar. Tunisia also enjoys very formidable import and export policies, with its conversions being static and cautioned through its stiff regulations. And number 3 is the Ghanaian cedi. The Ghanaian currency is the leading within the sub-Sahara Africa, but still appears in position 3 after Libya's dinar and Tunisia's dinar. Touted as the beacon of democracy in Africa, the Ghanaian cedi enjoys a greater GDP per capita, which is the largest in West Africa. At the number 4 spot is the Moroccan dirham. Morocco has in many years pegged its currency at 60% to the euro and 40% to the United States dollar. Morocco also enjoys doing direct trade with various European nations, giving its closeness to Europe. At number 5 is the Botswana pula. The strength of the pula is a result of the country's exemplary economy and political structure. Number 6 is the Zambian kwacha. Zambia is the leading copper producer in Africa, and its currency largely depends on global copper prices. At the number 7 spot is the Seychelles rupee. Described as a haven of luxury tourism, Seychelles has a very strict monetary policy that has seen its currency strengthened. With its low population of over 100,000 people have also played part in boosting its GDP. At the 8th position is the South African rand. Africa's leading gold producer, South Africa heavily relies on the commodity to boost its economy. Other Southern African countries like Malawi even peg their economies to the rand. At number 9 is the Eritrean nakfa. The North African country has a fixed exchange rate that protects its currency from devaluation. This has also been boosted when recently amended ties with its former bitter rival Ethiopia, opening up trade between the two countries. And at the number 10 spot is the Egyptian pound. Egypt has implemented a series of tough economic measures, including devaluing the pound, slashing energy subsidies, and introducing a value-added tax to help meet conditions of a $12 billion IMF loan. Despite this, the state introduced interest rates to attract domestic and foreign investments. This has seen its currency steady over time.
Well, as you've seen for yourself, the naira is nowhere near any of the 10 strong currencies in Africa. But then you want to know, what are the factors that are contributory to the depreciation of the naira? Now, to shed some light on the issue and give us a pragmatic view, of what it's all about, we have, as I've told you earlier, experts, operators, and end users. Well, the first on that list is a globally acclaimed economist. Ndubuisi Ifeanyi Nwokoma is a professor of financial economics, University of Lagos, UNILAG, and also a director, Center for Economic Policy Analysis and Research, CEPA, also in UNILAG. He says that the management of fiscal policy is critical, is in fact a critical factor in the strengthening or the weakening of the naira.
The fiscal policy management, in my opinion, has not been optimal in the past many years. It has not been optimal in the sense that currently we have about 15 or so trillion naira that central bank has given out a loan with ways and means to the fiscal authorities. So in other words, we have not had in the past 5-6 years a very well functioning budget system. The federal budget has not been functioning very well. Government has not managed its federal budget efficiently in the past 6 years. And they've always been filling the gap by going to central bank. They will issue, they will give them loan. Apart from the debt managed by debt management office, the DMO, he's talking about ways and means. You go to central bank. At times they may even have to print money to do that.
The SEPA director says, under the leadership of the current CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, the nation's apex bank has always managed to come to the aid of the federal government.
So a number of times you have a budget that is not functional. Even this current one that is well, to me, it has a lot of problems because we are talking about 16 trillion budget. How much? What is the cash backing? And where are you going to get the money? You want to see borrow more and put the country in some serious problem, not only for now but for the future. Because if you look at debt service payment to revenue, it's about 90%, which means for every 100 naira you earn, you use about 90 naira of that 100 to pay for debt of yesterday, servicing, not as even the principal. So when you talk about that, the federal system, the fiscal authorities have not been able to manage the budget very, very well. They always go to central bank for accommodation. They only go for accommodation. So central bank has actually been the savior of this current government.
On the way forward, the professor of financial economics has some solutions, that may actually, if implemented, strengthen the naira.
Government, central banks must come in, make sure, one, they minimize political interference in the market. They try to make sure that those that really need this foreign exchange are those that actually get it. Demand management is very important. Manage demand through the political channel. And those that need it are those that get it. Then when people that need it, even if you want to import rice, you can go to buy through the parallel market. And then we make sure government discourages them, like we say, put appropriate taxation through tariff, and then that would, but these are not done. And when this is not done, it encourages the boom in that market and the gap. But the major area, in my own opinion, is with the political interference.
Even though the BDCs are large in number, the professor of financial economics says there are some positive values the government can, explore using the BDCs to show up the naira.
Ease of acquiring foreign exchange is a positive. You don't need a lot of the bureaucracy. It's easy. So if you want something, you get it. You don't need to. And for business, time is money. Just like they said, the speed of getting access is there, and then. I think that basically is because it is meant to bring in access to the ordinary person. That is basically broad ocean. You want to travel, you approach them. You can even buy it at the airport. You are there at the airport. You don't have foreign exchange. While you are with your ticket, and so you can just show your document at the same spot. You get your foreign exchange, or vice versa. You are buying or you are selling. But banks will take time. They have a lot of more cumbersome process. So I think in terms of the BDCs, they make life easier for you.
Foreign exchange, hard currencies, dollar, pound sterling, euro, Dutch marks, French francs, and so on. It is all about Forex. It is the denominator that lubricates the economy as well as your life. International trade is run by it. Our national economy is dependent on it. As a manufacturer, it is what you need to bring your materials from overseas. And as a parent, it is what you need to send your children to school abroad. And for critical medical treatment, Forex is what you need to get that hospital outside Nigeria. So you need to know how it's faring in the market, how and where you can get it through the banks and the BDCs. Forex Matters will bring to you information on developments in the Forex market and how the community is responding, just to make it good for you. Forex Matters, your monitor on Forex developments.
Folashade Aliu is an oil and gas management consultant. She speaks about the role the Nigerian politicians play in the battering of the nation's currency.
You understand that politics 2023 is around the corner. How can you be dishing out dollars and pounds in Nigeria? You understand? Because you are a politician. It doesn't make sense. That's the dollars and pounds that manufacturers are supposed to use to manufacture goods and hire people.
She believes the BDCs can be used as a tool to advance the cause of the naira.
Look, that association should be a tool, a progressive tool for the government, for our foreign exchange regimes, for the central bank, for the business community, for global best practices, and the rest of it.
If she had a way, moderation of the exchange rates as a means of mediating the forex prices would be the way to go.
So in order to create a balance or a leverage, like I told you, the Bureau de Change has a role to play. I'm not saying they should be totally neglected. And what's the role? The role is that they can provide accessibility and flexibility. I can buy foreign exchange anytime. So that's the reason why I will quickly reassess those licenses. I will quickly call them to a workshop or a training. And then simultaneously, I will get the department that is responsible to begin to sensitize the public, particularly the business community. By the time you do all of these three together, you'll find that gradually you will be seeing that the chart is adjusting itself.
Semiado is a lawyer and a sales executive. She's one of those Nigerians whose services are directly impacted by the current policy state of play in the forex subsector.
Currently, the forex world in Nigeria is going down the hill. When it comes to the black market and the Bureau de Change market is going down the hill. As at the aspects of the government where it has been introduced that only the banks are meant to give out foreign currency. And right now, for we individuals, it has delayed us for certain transactions we want to do and certain payments we want to do. For instance, payments of school fees for people. When you come here, normally when I come here for certain transactions, I'm being helped to make the transactions faster, and instantly whoever I'm transferring money to gets the money instantly. But currently now with the banks, you have to queue up in the bank. Sometimes they will tell you these currencies are not available for them to give out to you, which has become very difficult for us, and for people who are studying abroad, it has become really difficult, and the government don't really understand that this is what they're facing.
For Ado, an end user, cutting forex allocation to the BDC may have worsened the naira more, and what still made forex accessibility more difficult to ordinary Nigerians who need it for their businesses and personal use.
Cutting them off or taking out the Bureau de Change market has made it really difficult for individuals like us, and also the business-wise when it comes to that. Now, businesses are stuck when it comes to the prices being hiked up, and we don't have any, like, importation of things now have become really difficult for us, like for the field where I come from, and we sell our products in foreign currencies. So when you have customers that come to you because of how the prices are and the rate at which the exchange rate has gone up, it becomes really difficult for us business owners to actually be able to sell off what we have. So I think it would actually be a good idea if the government considers putting back the Bureau de Change markets into the system back for us for easy access into foreign currencies, because the banks are not really making it easy for us. If you're about to travel out of Nigeria, when you go to buy money from the bank, it becomes extremely difficult as well. Sometimes you don't even get the currency you're looking for, and the black market also, which is the quickest aspect you can get money from, and don't have that funds to give you anymore. So it becomes really difficult for people that want to travel to as well.
For her choice is clear when it comes to forex transactions.
I would prefer to use the one that's the fastest for me, which is the BDC. BDC, any day, anytime when I come here, there's money available. My transactions are done in less than 30 minutes. So that I would prefer it any day, anytime.
Foreign exchange, hard currencies, dollar, pound sterling, euro, Dutch marks, French francs, and so on. It is all about forex. It is the denominator that lubricates the economy as well as your life. International trade is run by it. Our national economy is dependent on it. As a manufacturer, it is what you need to bring your materials from overseas. And as a parent, it is what you need to send your children to school abroad. And for critical medical treatment, Forex is what you need to get that hospital outside Nigeria. So you need to know how it's faring in the market, how and where you can get it through the banks and the BDCs. Forex Matters will bring to you information on developments in the Forex market and how the community is responding, just to make it good for you. Forex Matters, your monitor on Forex developments.
Dr. Aminu Gwadabe is the President, Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, APCON. He speaks on the weakening of the naira, the why and the way forward.
All along, we have depended solely on one single source of foreign exchange, which is the oil, that accounted for over 90% of what we have received. The other sources, is it direct foreign investment, portfolio investment? They are dry up. Instead, what we are seeing is exist. The stable one is the diaspora remittances. It's cheaper, it's stable, and it's big. Unfortunately, it's not officially captured.
He says a major reason why the naira may be weak has to do with the disparity between the official and the private market rates.
The existence of the fixed and flexible exchange rate. We are telling them to come at the official rate of 411, 412, and while the flexible market is willing to give them at 510. So they say better is more than more. They will go for a better rate, and it's convenient for them. They have value. It's about convenience. It's about value. And like I said, Nigeria is an import-dependent country. So there are people that even meet them over there and settle the naira here and use the dollar to do the importations of items that they did not have access to buy from the regulators.
The APCON president prescribes a strategy the nation's forex managers can adopt. And it's a strategy that gives the CBN a great opportunity, to explore the BDC window for effective strengthening of the naira.
Don't deal the problem administratively. Adopt market pricing structure. If the people want value, sell to the BDC at the value these people are asking. We are using one stone to kill two birds. One, we are bringing in the inflow, and two, we are giving the owner the value of his money. And three is more convenience. So that is why we have put a lot of paper. We are working with a lot of experts to continue to engage the CBN. Because for us, we have seen a huge potential that we keep our subsector into operation, that we generate more of these sources of supply, because what we need is a radical shift.
Well, thank you for staying with me this time. And, for the past half hour, we've been together listening to operators, experts, and forex end users tell us how they believe or think, the naira can be strengthened. And I'm sure you learned a thing or two to get your understanding of the matter. Well, this is where I'll be pausing this discourse today. On the next episode, same station, same time, when we'll be talking all matters forex. I remain your friend, your guide, Chris Polo Taibi. Have a great day.